Hello there. In this video, we're going to be looking at the 12 principles of Agile. If you're new to this channel, on this channel, we share everything project management, Agile project management, the values, the templates, and there's so many things you stand to gain following this channel. So I would recommend that you subscribe, you click the like button, your notification button, and that would allow other people to also see this video. But at the same time, it will keep you notified of new videos we share on this channel. My name is T.Y. Betse. I am a project management professional, but I'm also a certified project management coach. I've been in this business for the last 15 years, and I help people accelerate their careers and become better at what they do in the area of project management and project leadership. If you're new to Agile, I would recommend that you watch some of my previous videos where I talk about Agile and sort of what Agile is about and all whatnot. So you could see one of the links above which you could click on, and that would show you. But you could do that after you've watched this video, but you could click on that link and that will take you to previous videos I've talked about on the foundations of Agile, what Agile is about and all whatnot. But today we're going to be looking at the 12 principles of Agile right behind me, and we're going to go through each of them, 3 per time. We're going to look at the first one, which says our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery. And basically what this means is that when you're managing Agile, because Agile is mainly for software development, or at least was designed originally to cater for software development, even though it's now been used in other industries and in other aspects of project management, it was originally for software. So this principle basically is saying, and the key words here is our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery. So speed tells you here that speed is very important when it comes to Agile, and you'd see this consistently as we go down the pecking order of all of the principles. So it's saying that when you are managing a project that's Agile, it's important, speed is important. It's not so important that you focus on bureaucracy, you focus on all the blockers that tend to affect development, but you focus on saying, look, as early as possible, we want to deliver this project and we want to make sure that we keep delivering, because within Agile, one of the things that is expected is incremental delivery. So what that means is that you deliver in increments. It's not so important to try to get all the requirements up front. You could get the requirements that you know for now and get them delivered whilst you're still trying to gather the other requirements. Okay. And the second one says, welcome changing requirements even in late development. And what that is saying is more about flexibility. So you should be flexible within your project to ensure that changing requirements which will come through, which are expected to come through, should be allowable within your development cycle. So don't be rigid in such a way that when changing requirements, or if changing requirements come through, that you're not able to inject them into your development process. And that is something you would find with software, because we keep on getting new releases every year. Technology keeps improving and getting better, and your expectation is that what if you're doing a project that's going to span 3 years, for example, by the time you're in the 3rd year, there could be a new technology within that area, and you'd have to, and obviously that would mean that the requirements will change. So you have to factor that into your development process. The third one says, deliver working software frequently. It is important that whatever you deliver is of good quality, and many people talk about quality when it comes to Agile and try to fault Agile in terms of quality. However, I think Agile is keen about quality because what they're saying here is that you should frequently ensure that the quality checks are in place, that whatever software you're delivering delivers the right quality and it's actually working for the customer. So wherever there are defects, that you're looking to fix them iteratively as you go on. And so that's what the third principle there is saying, deliver working software frequently. So let's look at the fourth value. Now, the fourth value says that business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. And if you've heard of daily stand-ups, that's where it comes from, that the business stakeholders and the developers should work hand in hand on a daily basis to ensure that the software is delivered. And that is because things could change, because when it comes to software, one requirement today could become something else tomorrow and might not be a requirement tomorrow, or it could change. And so if they're working daily, the idea is that the chances of meeting the customer's expectations are higher because they're working hand in hand and collaborating. The fifth one says build projects around motivated individuals. This is very important when it comes to Agile, because Agile is more about people working together, people being motivated, people wanting to be at work, wanting to come to work, people feeling like they're important, as well as obviously the software or whatever it is they're developing. And so what they're saying is that it is important to motivate individuals. Where possible, you should have team meetings, you should have team get-togethers rather, you should have social gatherings, and allow people to interact and build a team or a cohesive team that will deliver the kind of software, and that would obviously help deliver the kind of software that you want to deliver. And the sixth one says agile processes should promote sustainable development. And what that means is that they should maintain a constant pace indefinitely, and that is that if you follow the processes of Agile, that should enable you consistently develop good software, quality software, and with speed over a long period of time. And that is what it is built around as a principle of Agile, that the idea is that you're able to create a formula where, using Agile processes, where you're delivering the process or the Agile products consistently over a period of time. And that is what the sixth principle is talking about. Which of these principles have you applied in any aspect of your projects, and which of them sort of is relatable, or which of them do you hope to use in any of your projects in the future? I would like to hear your answers, so you could drop your comments in the video comments section down below. So let's go into the seventh one. Now, the seventh principle says that working software is the primary measure of progress. Now, this sounds very close to one of the previous ones, but what this is saying basically is that how you measure your progress is not whether or not you feel like you have developed the software, it is whether or not the software actually works. And so until the software works as the customer expects it, you can't measure your progress. So you can't say I'm 60%, 80%, I'm 100% done until the software works as it is expected to work, and that is when you can actually measure your progress. Let's look at the eighth value or principle, which is face-to-face conversation is the most efficient means of communication. Now, obviously, I'm paraphrasing some of these ones, but this is very controversial in terms of obviously the modern day way of working, which is that many people are working from home, many people are working remotely, especially with COVID-19, and that might be the trend going forward, right? And so, but with Agile, is saying here that face-to-face communication is more efficient, because obviously you have not just your voice, but you have your expressions and all whatnot. So overall, yeah, that's the principle. A lot of conversations have happened since that principle was put in place over time when it comes to Agile, but at least that's one of the principles, and that's what they feel. And to a certain extent, I agree. If you can have face-to-face communication, that is usually more effective than any phone conversation. And what they're saying overall is that you should take that as priority over phone conversations or conversations over teleconferences and all whatnot. Okay, now the ninth one is continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. Now, what they're saying there is that you should not drop the ball when it comes to technical excellence. It is very important that the modern day technology and the modern day way of doing things, and sometimes it's writing codes, and sometimes the type of scripts you write, you should, as much as possible, write it as effectively or efficiently as possible to get the best value. And sometimes it's just the programming language that somebody, a developer, could use, which could be, one of them could be more modern and could be more flexible. And what this principle is saying is that you should continuously focus on that level of technical excellence, because that would enhance your ability to be more agile, and that's more flexible, and deliver quicker and better quality for the customers. And that is the ninth principle. So we go into the 10th, the last three. So the 10th one is basically saying simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. Basically what they're saying here is keep it simple as much as possible. Don't get into complicated things. And that is the whole idea of agility, is that you're not adding bureaucracy, you're not adding anything that you don't need to. You're taking out as much as possible to keep the work simple. Still good quality, but keep your work as simple as possible to deliver the software that the customer wants. Let's go to the 11th one. Now the 11th one says that the best results will come from self-organizing teams. Again, I'm paraphrasing most of these to help you understand it, but what the key word here is self-organizing teams. Now what it is saying is that self-organizing teams will perform better than teams that people are imposing their authority on. And if you observe with Agile, even the project manager is recommended to be, or the Scrum Master should be, a servant leader rather than somebody who dictates and who commands and controls. And if you believe that if you empower the teams, and that is what Agile is talking about, that if they're self-organizing and if you empower them to self-organize themselves, that they're going to bring out the best results. And that just means that somebody who's an architect could decide within the team and say, hey, you know what, we have a gap when it comes to design. I know how to design. I'm going to design, do the design, and they could work within themselves in that way and get the best results. And the last one here says at regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more efficient. So what they're saying is that the team, even though they're self-organizing, that regular intervals, they make sure that they come together and they look at the best possible ways that they can become efficient at what they do and deliver as much as possible and do things in a better way. What are the things that we can do better? And they look at those ways and sort of iteratively improve their processes to get the best results. And overall, those are the 12 principles of Agile. Hopefully that has given you the background on all of those 12 principles. Hopefully in the future we will look at each of these principles individually and try to bring out some examples or analogies that will break them down to help you understand them better. You could access other videos on Agile by clicking the video at the extreme over there, and that will take you to the previous videos where we've talked about Agile and all the other things that relate to Agile. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.